Got me a little Troy Bilt push mower, electric start, self-propelled, got all the bells and whistles, and it's got no compression. And with the pull start, there is absolutely nothing there. Maybe the valve stuck, the valve broke, a spring may have came off of the valve. Won't really know until we get into it. But it could be something as simple as a head gasket. I doubt that. Never that simple. So let me tear into this thing and see what I can find. Let's take this thing apart and see why it don't have any compression. We found the problem. The seat that goes around the exhaust valve has came out. You can see it right there. So I need to get it back in there and see if we could do something to prevent that from happening again.
Remove the muffler. Don't use an impact wrench on the bolts because they can break. Now you can remove the breather cover to expose the valve springs and clips. Make sure you have a new gasket handy. The end of the valve is locked in by a clip that you see pictured above. I used a screwdriver to release the tension on the spring and used a pair of needle-nosed pliers to slide the clip to the larger hole on its outer side. The valve can now be removed. Remove the valve seat. Without any cleaning or sanding, use Loctite around the outside edge and replace it back into the block. Slide the valve back in place and tap the top of it. This will mount the seat back into its place. With the seat reinstalled, I'm going to use a center punch and put little divots all the way around the outside edge of the seat where it meets the block. Although it looks pretty ugly, it works. I haven't had any come back yet. Now we need to lap the valve. With some valve grinding compound around the outside edge of the valve and on the seat, using a suction cup tool, spin the valve back and forth, lifting it up and down as you go to create a shiny edge around the valve and the seat, just like you see here. We're ready to put everything back together, starting with the valve spring and the clip. This type spring and clip can be very difficult to get in there without a spring compressor. With a new gasket, install the breather cover back onto the engine. Snug the 3/8 bolts down on the cover with a wrench or a socket. They can be torqued between 15 and 20 inch-pounds. If you have a metal head gasket and the graphite stayed intact and it came off clean, it can be reused. Start your head bolts and torque it down to 140 inch-pounds. Install the spark plug and snap the coil wire to it. Reinstall the muffler, and if it had any gaskets, install them as well. If you have the automatic choke, make sure you have that lined up correctly and check that it's working. Then lightly snug the bolts down to the muffler. Install the starter cover. There's 2 longer bolts that go into the front and 2 short ones that go into the back. Here's what the shorter ones look like. Use one of these 5/16 shoulder bolts to attach the dipstick. Be careful tightening it down because it will strip out. Install the fuel tank. Use the 3 remaining shoulder bolts to tighten it down around the top. Again, being very careful not to over tighten them because they strip out very easily. There's a long shoulder bolt and a spacer that holds the tank on the bottom right hand side of the engine. Install the fuel line, the air breather, the top cover, and it's finished. Let's start this mower up.
All right, here's the moment of truth. I'm going to use the electric start on it. I think this might be coming back soon. There we go.
If you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got some good information out of it. Help support my channel by hitting that like and subscribe button on the way out. I got a lot of videos up there and I got a lot more coming. Ring that notification bell and get notified as soon as I put them up there. Remember to stay safe in the shop, always wear your safety glasses, and have fun. Thank you for watching.